Set to reopen in 2025, Penfield Pavilion's latest chapter continues a story that has spanned decades. Originally the private Sunhaven Beach Club, it has been at the center of legal disputes, FEMA violations, and even a criminal environmental scandal, all at the expense of Fairfield taxpayers. So how did a simple beachfront pavilion become one of the town's most expensive and scandal-ridden projects? Let's take a trip back in time. In the 19th century, living on the beach was far from desirable. Mosquitoes, storms, and a lack of infrastructure kept development at bay. Instead, families brought seasonal bathhouses to the shore, removing them at summer's end. That changed in 1891, when the first permanent cottages appeared. By the early 20th century, the beachfront had transformed into a hub of private clubs, entertainment, and vacation homes, drawing visitors from New York and beyond. As Fairfield's beaches grew in popularity, concerns arose about overcrowding and commercialization. When philanthropist Annie B. Jennings donated land for a public beach, she stipulated that it be reserved for Fairfield residents only, fearing the shore would become a miniature Coney Island. In 1901, a humble beachside clubhouse was built, eventually evolving into the Sunhaven Beach Club. In 1976, the club's owners sold the property, along with its 1,000 feet of beach frontage, to the town of Fairfield for $1.5 million, a transaction that quickly ignited controversy over alleged cost inflation. By 2010, the pavilion was showing its age, prompting the town to invest nearly $5 million in renovations, designed to make it more resilient to extreme weather. However, just 1 year after its 2011 reopening, Superstorm Sandy struck, leaving the pavilion structurally compromised. FEMA initially approved $4.3 million for repairs, but Fairfield altered the scope of work without their approval, making the project ineligible for federal aid. As a result, the town was forced to cover $7.3 million in reconstruction costs. Then came the Julian Phil Piles scandal. In 2019, investigators discovered that contaminated soil had been illegally dumped beneath the pavilion, part of a broader scheme where corrupt town officials and contractors disposed of hazardous waste throughout Fairfield. Multiple officials were convicted and sentenced, but the damage was done. To correct these failures, Fairfield undertook an extensive remediation project, removing the contaminated fill, raising the structure to comply with FEMA regulations, and spending another $11.5 million. Despite its turbulent past, Penfield Pavilion is now poised for a fresh start, ready to welcome beachgoers once again this summer.